Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Just a quick reminder. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I'll be there. I will catch you. I will be waiting.
Oh, wow.
Time after time.
Wait.
So,
what if Jeffy's listening right now? Did you just volunteer to catch Jeffy falling?
There are certain exceptions.
Okay.
I mean, I'm only one man.
Okay.
Okay. So, I cannot guarantee that I can catch something with its own gravitational pull.
See. All right.
So,
just trying to find an out for you there.
Yeah, all right. Appreciate that. Thank you for considering me.
Yeah.
888-900-3393. Again, the phone number. Our fearless leader, our tremendously
he's good,
sharp-witted,
he's good,
masterful diplomat was at the UN yesterday. He is good. He's great.
Oh, Tony the Tiger president.
Some of what he had to say was that we're all interconnected. We're connected somehow. Here's what he told the UN in part.
No, hang on.
Oh, okay.
Commodore 64.
I will have to circle back on that one.
Thank you.
We'll just circle back on that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, did he fly up there on Marine One? Because I saw him on top of that building in New York, getting off of Marine One. I thought that's kind of a long haul for a helicopter, isn't it?
D.C. to New York. Yeah, it seems like
right.
it.
So maybe he came from
Seems like
an airport in it, but
possibly
just was strange. Yeah. No, it was a big day for Joe because he started at the UN with a bunch of clips that we're going to get to. But then he went back to the White House where he had to meet with Boris Johnson yesterday.
Now, without a nappy? Did he get a nappy?
That's what I'm saying.
In the meantime?
Like, I don't know. I mean, the man's superhuman.
It's a lot.
And so...
It's a lot. He went to two places.
It's a lot to ask from D.C. to New York, back to D.C.
Yes. And then meet with somebody else? How could you possibly do that?
Right. Anyway, I do think we're ready for our interconnected clip.
Here's part of what he said to the UN.
Cooperation of multilateral institutions like the United Nations to amplify our collective strength and speed our progress for dealing with these global challenges. There's a fundamental truth of the 21st century within each of our countries and as a global community that our own success is bound up in others succeeding as well. To deliver for our own people, we must also engage deeply with the rest of the world.
I see.
To ensure that our own future, we must work together with other partners.
Work together.
Our partners toward a shared future.
Okay.
Our security, our prosperity, and our very freedoms are interconnected. In my view, as never before. And so, I believe we must work together as never before.
I see. Right. I mean, he's talking, of course, about the interconnected clause in the U.S. Constitution. Some call it the Interconnectivity clause of the U.S. Constitution that clearly states our freedoms and liberty are directly connected to the freedoms and liberty of all other nations.
Really?
For instance, these, but not limited to these countries, Ghana, Uganda, Colombia, Guatemala, Manawaniarawa. If they are not free, we cannot be. That's right there
in the Constitution?
In the interconnected clause of the United States Constitution. Yeah, we can't be free if others aren't free. So, it's a collective salvation sort of thing.
I mean, I don't want to correct the host on the air. I'm just not personally familiar with where that is.
Yeah, well, you've not studied the Constitution like I have.
Obviously.
Right. So,
because I'm not.
And there are certain clauses where you have to use the lemon juice on it. And then the
I don't have a lemon
blow dryer, and it shows up a little stronger than it was before.
Now I get it. Yeah. It was so interesting how he was there talking about restoring old alliances and all this stuff. Man, he's done the exact opposite. He has done the exact opposite. How angry were our allies in Afghanistan as their 20 years of blood and treasure also out the window with his stupidity.
Yeah, there's that. That's huge. There's also the situation with France, our oldest ally.
Yep.
So pissed off that for the first time in history, they withdrew their ambassador from the United States.
I mean,
The French
of that.
ambassador packed up and left because we excluded him from that deal, where we're protecting Australia from the Chinese. Why? I don't even know why you would do that. Why would you just get together with Britain and Australia and not include France? Why?
So weird, man. That's
really weird.
And
It's like it was on purpose.
Right. He was the first U.S. president to be held in contempt by the British Parliament.
All right. Okay.
I mean, if you were to say those things about a president, the left would go, "Oh yeah, that's Trump all the way."
Yeah.
No, that's your guy.
Yeah.
So the first time in history things have belonged to Joe Biden.
Who is going to restore respect? America's back. We're back. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they were laughing at you the last time you guys got together, don't forget. Behind your back, the G7.
Because, when you spend any amount of time with him, you have to know. You have to know that, okay, this guy is gone.
Oh, they know it.
He's not there.
They know it.
And so, of course, they're mocking him. Of course, they're laughing at him and us. How was the United States of America so stupid that they voted for this guy more than any other person in American history? 81 million votes? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had to have Joe. I mean, you can't pass up this chance again.
Yeah, what a golden opportunity he was. Nobody even likes him. I think they tolerate him. Even on the left, it's like, okay, I mean,
he's a
I'd
tool.
much rather have Obama. But
He's what
whatever.
we've said he is.
He's
the vessel for Marxist policies. He's not going to fight back on those. He just wants to be there.
A tool in more ways than one.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
If you will. And I think you will.
I will.
He also talked about climate change because that, other than white supremacy, that, of course, is the biggest threat we face on this earth. So he spoke about climate change yesterday at the UN.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
okay.
biggest threat.
This year has also brought widespread death and devastation.
From you.
From the borderless climate crisis. Mm-hmm. The extreme weather events that we've seen in every part of the world, and you all know it and feel it, represent what the Secretary General has rightly called Code Red for humanity.
Okay.
Wow, that's
the scientists
powerful.
and experts
Write
are telling
that down.
us that we're fast approaching the point of no return in a literal sense.
For humanity.
To keep within our reach the vital goal of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, every nation needs to bring their highest possible ambitions to the table.
Pause for a second.
Glasgow.
Every nation needs to bring their highest possible ambitious to the table. If I've said it once, I've said it 10 times.
Right. This is true.
Bring your highest possible ambitious to the table. Mm-hmm. Would you please?
Now say that like George Bush, just because I want you to. Come on, monkey.
I'm not your trained monkey.
Come on, let's do this.
I'm not. Every nation needs to bring their highest possible ambitious to the table.
Thank you. Y'all are welcome.
Yeah, all right. Let's see more.
For COP26. And then to have to keep raising our collective ambition over time.
I got it that time.
I thought
in
ambitious.
April,
good.
What happened to ambitious?
I announced the United States' ambitious new goal under the Paris Agreement to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from the United States by 50 to 52% below 2005 levels by 2030.
By 2030.
As we work toward achieving a clean energy economy.
Yeah, where's China in
with
this?
net zero emissions.
China,
by
they're doing what they want.
Mm-hmm. What they really,
my
really
administration is working closely with our Congress.
They're building
to make
coal-fired
critical
power
investments
plants
in green infrastructure
every week.
and electric vehicles will help us lock in progress at home
lock us down
toward our climate goals. And the best part is,
we haven't even got to the
making
best
these
part.
ambitious investments isn't just good climate policy.
What is it?
No.
It's a chance for each of our countries to invest in ourselves and
is
our
it?
own future.
Wait.
It's an enormous opportunity to create good-paying jobs for workers in each of our countries and to spur long-term economic growth that will improve the quality of life for all of our people.
Negative.
Wow. Well, if you take the opposite of everything he just said, and take that to the bank, then you're exactly right. because the opposite of what he said will be the truth on that.
That's rough. Yep, good times, man. New World Order in full effect.
Somebody put together some blunders from his UN speech, which is fun.
Oh, I love this. Is ambitious in there?
I hope so. Let's see.
We meet this year in a moment of intermingled with great pain. We've lost so much to this devastating pandemic, the emergence of new technologies, and global health and a global health threat council. Council. For global COVID response, the global COVID response.
Yeah,
vaccinating the world.
Wow.
And building back better from the borderless climate crisis, from the United States and from other donors.
And other doubters.
Working with countries, technologies that reduce the risk. Similarly, we know the bitter string of terrorism.
Right.
The bitter sting of terrorism.
The bitter string. I mean,
the United States is committed to using our resources. When the earthquake strikes, we're fighting between warring parties, horrific violence.
Wow.
And belief in the
it's either heroic or horrific.
Whether it occurs LGBTQI.
What is he staring
the
at?
Authoritarianism of the world.
Wait,
Proud
what?
Moldovans broke now.
Beofarters? Is that what he...
Moldovans?
What?
COVID to climate.
Can you
you and I.
Run that back if you can.
Yeah!
Rob,
good job, baby!
The last 20 seconds are amazing. The Beofarters? Is that what he's...
I don't know.
What did you just say? I'm sorry, who are we talking about here? Yeah, so play that if...
BTQI.
LMNOP.
The authoritarianism of the world. Proud
Beofarters.
Broke now together. Climactic climate change. From COVID to climate. You and I. God bless you all.
Wait.
Wow. Beofarters. Climactic climate.
Okay.
Climatose.
All right, whoever wrote that drivel. No way did they put Moldovans in the teleprompter.
Moldovans? They might have because...
Google this before you type it into the teleprompter. I mean, granted, it's a weird name. The people there are called...
Is he talking about the Maldives?
Yeah, but they're called... You pronounce this. Dhivehin. I'm not even sure why you were forced to put that into the speech. You could have avoided that altogether.
Yeah.
Moldovans. Wow, he sucks.
Oh.
I mean, great. He's awesome. That's what I meant to say. Came out wrong.
There's a clip circulating of a UFC fighter.
Oh, no.
Who said some amazing things. One of them was that Joe Biden, and he was yelling this into a microphone for the entire audience to hear. Joe Biden is the biggest piece of crap, although that's not the word he used, in American history. And, how do you argue with that?
You don't.
I don't know that you can argue with that.
That was a factual statement.
Yes, it was.
Real quick, I don't know if it's ready. Since you mentioned the UFC, I kind of wanted to see Conor McGregor's first pitch last night at the Cubs game, but I don't know that the Commodore 64 will oblige. Oh, watch this. Watch this, Pat.
All right.
Whoa! Oh, wait a minute.
Yikes.
Literally closer to third base than home.
Yeah. I mean, his form was okay.
Whoa!
Sorry, you got to work on your release a little bit there.
That's fun.
Yeah, let go of the ball a little sooner.
I mean, I would never tell that to him, to his face.
No.
That sucked, but that sucked.
But it was bad.
That was bad.
Yeah. It's amazing the people that you think should be pretty athletic and good and be able to handle this. You're just throwing a pitch to a guy with a mitt. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
And so many people can't do it.
I'm just trying to think, what's the equivalent if we were on a foreign soil? And that's his excuse, right? That's not Obama's excuse. Or is it? What if you went over there and had to do like a cricket pitch or something,
Yeah, underhand.
We'd probably look weird too, but not that bad.
I don't think so.
Not that bad.
I think I could handle it.
You'd watch a video, right? You'd get a tip. You're probably wandering around, in the locker rooms. Hey, somebody, can we go throw out there real quick? I just want to
practice.
Grab one of the players. I mean, somebody would love to throw with him on the side.
Yeah. I'm sure. But
over the top there, Connor.
Not good. Let me tell you about Keeps. You got a million reasons to be stressed out these days. We give you about 900,000 of those every single day. But stressing out about your male pattern baldness or receding hairline, that doesn't have to be one of the things or two of the things that you worry about. The good news is Keeps can help you. Keeps offers the same doctor-recommended, FDA-approved hair loss treatment that everybody does, but they're the generic version, so you only pay about half the cost. It's a great deal. And one more thing you're going to love about Keeps is you don't have to leave home to do this. You can do everything online. Answer a couple of questions, snap a few pictures and post them, and then a licensed doctor reviews all your information and will recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. Then they ship it directly to your door. Why make trips to the doctor and the drugstore and pay twice what you're going to pay at Keeps when you can do it all so easily, comfortably, and affordably? To get you started, go to keeps.com, keeps.com/Pat, for 50% off your first order of hair loss treatments. That's keeps.com/Pat, keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
So it's a big day for Biden yesterday.
Biden's big day.
Usually he has an 8:30 a.m. curfew, has to be back tucked into his bed by 8:30, but not yesterday. He worked a little beyond that. And so he was in the White House with a meeting of Boris Johnson from the UK, and then they had a little question-answer period afterwards.
They weren't supposed to.
But Boris asked for it.
Yeah.
And I think we want to renew and strengthen our transatlantic bond, and it feels to me like it's going very, very well. But I think would it be okay if we just have a couple of questions, just a couple of
Good
questions
luck.
and I think we're going to be ruthless. I'm going to be ruthless. I'm going to go to Harry Cole from The Sun.
So Boris Johnson is going to take questions. There's something he wants to talk about. Mm-hmm. So he's taking over. He's like, I'm going to make sure we call on some people. And he's acting like he doesn't know that Harry's over here, you know? So did you notice, though, that when he says this, Biden says, good luck. Okay, well, Boris Johnson doesn't have handlers like you who say, no questions, no questions. Mm-hmm. So after Boris effectively takes over this meeting between the two leaders, and he's halfway answering a question, listen to what Biden's handlers do in mid-sentence.
Interrupts or unbalances the Belfast Good Friday Accords. That's the Belfast Good Friday Agreement. That's the. I think that's
What? He's answering a question! Look at this. Let's go.
Absolute bedlam.
Oh my gosh. What an embarrassment we are. Look at this.
First of all, I don't think I've ever seen a world leader take control of a meeting in the White House like that.
Nope.
Secondly, they were just waiting for their opportunity because they're horror-stricken that he might answer a question. Yes. And so as soon as they possibly can butt in, they end it.
Yeah, they pulled the audio down there, but the press is like, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. Why are they doing this? Why are they escorting us out right now? Yeah, so you got to wonder, was Boris Johnson doing that because A, he wanted to make a point, or B, did he want to make Joe Biden look bad to show he has no idea what he's talking about? But the result was his handlers showed that he can't handle even the most simple questions, man.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Good times, right?
Good times.
Good times. Biden's big day.
Wow. Fox is looking back as I'm a little distracted. They're taking a look at the worst first pitches in history. They're done with it now, but
did they show Obama?
I didn't see him. They might have before I looked at it, but I didn't see him. And his was definitely one of the worst. Here it is. Okay. All right, great. And then he gives a fist pump like he just did something incredible. He's halfway, by the way, halfway to home plate. And he still can't Get it to the catcher. Incredible. It's incredible. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Biden's approval rating is
good, right?
tanking with Texas Hispanics amid this border crisis.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're seeing that this guy is just the worst. And Hispanics seem to actually approve of a lot of what Donald Trump was doing. Yes. And that shocked leftists like you can't believe. But here's the thing. When people did it the right way and came here legally, I think they kind of resent those who just think they can storm the border and come in and do what they please and do it the wrong way. When you've taken years in some cases to be able to come to the United States and you waited and you were patient and you were law-abiding, and then you see everybody else just taking what they can, that's irritating. It's off-putting and it creates resentment. But only 35% of Texas Hispanic voters said they approve or strongly approved of Biden's job as president. 54% disapproved or strongly disapproved, according to the Dallas Morning News. So, it's like a very like-minded publication finding some pretty amazing evidence of him being way underwater.
And primarily Hispanic along the Texas southern border, as you might expect. I don't know if this is showing up on the screen there, but this is how the counties changed their votes from 2016 to 2020. So what you're looking at, and again, I apologize if this isn't showing up, but some major league big red arrows pointing upward to show that the border counties in Texas changed dramatically their votes from 2016 to 2020. I guess they don't use Dominion down there. But, that's incredible. These are amazing. Astronomically large numbers compared to the way it was 4 years previous.
Wish it would have been enough, to overcome the cheating.
But you're right. Allegedly. The South Texas Hispanic vote, obviously not a big fan of Democratic policies.
No. Nor should they be. The people who come across the border are actually usually pretty conservative. They're usually religious and they're conservative. And for some reason, though, they've been convinced that it's the Democrats who are all for them and they're the little people and we're going to take care of you. So just vote for us. Seriously, just vote for the Democrats and we'll take care of you for the rest of your lives. So this is their actual political leanings coming out in the vote.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be surprising, really. Yeah. It really shouldn't.
Most of these arrows, whether they're blue or red across the nation, and I'll tweet this out later so you guys can look at this. Most of them are just nominal increases. The arrow is not that big. There's nothing like in the entire map of the United States that looks like the border region of Texas in how big time red it went and increase.
Going to be interesting to see what happens in 2022 if we've had enough yet. Have you had enough? Have you had enough of this insanity? I hope the answer is yes, and Republicans get the House and the Senate back.
Well, because they're going to do so much with that power.
Well, maybe they can at least stop some of the incredible stupidity and Marxism that's being jammed down our throats right now, and the oppression, the lack of freedom and liberty that Americans have been subjected to now under Democrat rule. It's just unacceptable. Also at the border, though, we found out from Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas that it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. The border's not open.
Oh, good. Okay.
Come on.
We have reiterated that our borders are not open and people should not make the dangerous journey.
Oh.
Individuals and families are subject to border restrictions, including expulsion. Irregular migration poses a significant threat
irregular migration,
and welfare of border communities and to the lives of the migrants themselves, and should not be attempted.
Okay. Did he say the border was closed?
No, he said the border's not closed. Yes, he said the border's closed, essentially. It's not open.
Then we're fine.
It's not open.
Then what's the problem?
I don't know. There isn't one.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that 200,000 people are coming into our country, that's a good thing, right?
You talk show host, I tell you what.
I know.
You look for something.
I know. I know. I mean, do you want customers? I mean, you open your door, you want people coming through it, right? That's what's happening. The U.S. is open for business. Come on in, everybody.
Come on in.
200,000 a month, 200 million a month. It doesn't matter. Just come on in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to be checked? No, we're going to trust you. Oh, we can't trust the slobs that are already here, as civilians.
Thank you.
But we'll trust you guys.
So,
because you're from another place.
Right. So, Mayorkas, right, he went down there a couple days ago, and he just said everything's fine, right? Because he's down there.
The border's not open.
It sounds like he's down there gathering information. He knows, he's on top of it. He knows what's going on. So now he gets to report to Congress where he was yesterday. You got to see this exchange between he and Senator Ron Johnson. Oh, my goodness.
Let me ask you, Mr. Secretary, of the 1.3 million people that we've apprehended, how many people have been returned, how many people are being detained, and how many people have been dispersed? And I want some numbers here.
Oh.
So again, 1.3 million people. How many people have been returned? How many people are being detained?
Okay.
How many people have been dispersed to all points around America?
Senator, I would be pleased to provide you with that data.
I want them now. Why don't you have that information now?
Senator, I do not have that data.
Why not?
For me.
Why don't you have that basic information?
Right.
Senator, I want to be accurate in the information.
I'm looking for ballpark figures.
Why aren't you prepared?
Is it about half? Have we dispersed about half of that? Are we up to about 600,000 people we dispersed?
He doesn't. He's not going to say. He's not going to say. Okay, you're coming to testify in front of the Senate. Senator, I don't have that information. Why? Because I'm completely unprepared. Actually, I could have had that information, but I just don't want to share it with you. Okay, because it makes me look really bad right now, and I don't want to. All right? That's all it is. He knows that these guys are going to be pissed when they hear the numbers. And so he will not give them. He will not provide them. He probably did have them in front of him. Certainly he knows.
Of course he knows.
What the numbers are.
Of course he knows.
I'd be happy to provide you that when nobody's looking and when there are no microphones around. It's agonizing.
Yeah.
These are bad people.
Yeah. Well, I mean... we got that whole whipping problem down there, remember? Border agents that were just, indiscriminately just whipping human beings.
Yeah.
And this got the attention of the vice president. She's not happy about this.
Okay.
What I saw depicted
what you saw
about
depicted
those individuals on horseback treating human beings the way they were is horrible. And
what they do?
I fully support what is happening right now, which is a thorough investigation into exactly what is going on.
Let's do it.
But human beings should never be treated that way. And I'm deeply troubled about it. The whole point is that we have to understand Haiti. Talk about a country that has just experienced so much tragedy that has been about natural disasters. And we really have to do a lot more to recognize that as a member of the Western Hemisphere, we've got to support some very basic needs that the people of Haiti have to get back up.
Do we pay for membership in the Western Hemisphere?
Yeah.
Is that something that the organization of the Western Hemisphere?
No, don't do this. It's called the WHC. It's the Western Hemisphere Club.
Yeah, all right.
And you have to pay dues.
Yeah.
And obviously Haiti fails at that. So I guess we'll just have to pick up the tab, like we always do.
We showed you the video of that yesterday.
Yeah.
There was absolutely nothing wrong with what those border agents did. They did not whip anybody. They didn't even have whips. They don't disperse whips among the border agents. They had reins that they were. One of them was twirling them, but they were trying to control a huge mass of humanity running up the hill into our country illegally.
And they're using the reins to control their horses, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jeffy.
They didn't whip anybody. Nobody came in contact with the reins or the whip. It's just so pathetic.
Jeffy saw a comment that somebody had under that video where she's lamenting what's going on at the border, and the person asked, could somebody remind her that she's been put in charge of the border?
Yeah.
So do something!
Oh, man. Got some tweets here, too. Toothpaste words. Tweets. Pretty sure Pat plays Biden clips just so I can yell out my frustration before I get to work. Yeah, that's as good a reason as any. Vern Lundquist. I was about to say Joe seemed fully medicated at the UN until I saw the blooper reel. Pathead Nation, God bless the person who has to transcribe Joe's speeches. Yeah, how would you do that? How do you
I think
spell
you just
that?
guess.
How do you spell?
You just guess.
I don't know.
Well, you don't. You just put down what the transcript says.
I think it has a silent G in there somewhere. So where do you put that? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Gert Vandenschmuzel tweets, bumbling Biden reminds me of myself when I'm trying to prove like I was listening to a story but was actually 90% asleep.
Plus, my gosh, I think Boris wanted to take over that just to kind of say, I got you, dog.
Yeah.
You think it was? Yeah, exactly. I think
because he called on the UK reporters,
right?
Not the U.S. reporters. It was just like, we're going to take some questions and we can do it live just to kind of prove that, you're not really in charge.
Maybe.
Sad.
Maybe, yeah.
All right.
You ask, is there a reason you're playing this incredible theme from Space Odyssey? Or 2001: A Space Odyssey? And the answer is yes, there is a reason. It signifies that coming up in just a moment, Jeff Fisher will do Chewing the Fat.
Nice. Love that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard a good.
Yeah,
I've never heard a good thing about him. Tell me, what do you like about Jeff Fisher?
He's really funny and intelligent.
Wow,
intelligent.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's what I've heard.
We're talking about two different Jeff Fishers.
Yeah, those words have never come out of anybody's mouth before.
Yeah,
I just did.
Man, you need to get out more. This is good, though.
It's good.
That is.
Right? All right. Wow. What do you have?
So, official fall begins today.
Yeah.
Yay.
It feels like
you
it
can feel
here,
the
too.
nip in the air. And I know that it starts, here in the northern hemisphere at 3:21 in the afternoon. I don't know about the entire western hemisphere that Kamala cares so much about. And exciting news. The WNBA playoffs bracket is set.
Oh, good.
And so...
It is?
Yes, and it starts tomorrow night.
Good.
Starts tomorrow night, Pat.
Good. My team make it?
Which match?
I've got the bracket. Let's just look at the brackets.
Okay,
That's
see
awesome.
the bracket.
The single elimination games
this is
start
exciting.
tomorrow night on ESPN2.
All right.
So I didn't even know Dallas had a team, but we're in it. We're in it, so that's
and
good.
they're the 7th seed, it seems.
So that's good. Congratulations. I'm excited.
Okay.
ESPN2 will be broadcasting the WNBA playoffs.
Looks good.
So, yeah, exciting times. Exciting times. At first glance, the adult lanternfly is a beautiful spectacle with spotted bright red wings and a little bumblebee-esque body. But as the species continues to trek across the U.S., federal and state officials have unified message. Kill it. Yeah, I know. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Finally, a message I can get behind from the Department of Environmental Conservation.
That's
Can't
all,
say
folks.
that.
There you go.
I know. I can get behind that, though. The lanternfly, invasive species from China, another, from China.
China's not an enemy.
Correct. Well, the bug is, the lanternfly is. It wreaks havoc on agriculture. They aren't physically harmful to humans, but they do threaten everything from oak, walnut, poplar trees, grapes, almonds, and fruit orchards. So that's it, though. That's all they do. It was first detected in the U.S. in Pennsylvania in 2014. It's now spread to at least 9 states, and primarily in New York is now where they're being spotted all over. And people are concerned. I know we had one tweet asking, hey, killed a spotted lanternfly today. Was it justifiable homicide? Will I be acquitted of this crime? Please defend me, NYC Parks. I won't do well in prison. And they responded, have no fear. You are a civic hero. Spotted lanternflies are a threat to our city's forests. Be like Sarah. If you see a spotted lanternfly, squish it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
Okay.
Now, they tell you to dispose of it and report it to them. But for sure,
Kill it.
Kill it.
Well, this in the middle of what is alarming to many. Insect numbers have plummeted at an alarming rate due to a variety of factors, including increased use of pesticides, farming practices that destroy habitat, and industrial pollution. And a new study adds another major cause to the list: human-created light pollution. Killing insects. Good. I hope they all die.
Right?
All insects, please.
Thank you.
So in other words,
good.
Turn on all your lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That'll confuse the turtles, but who cares about them?
Whoa.
So then you get the insects dying. That's good
I
stuff.
mean, as long as it's the lanternfly, good. Well, they want us to kill those.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to killing
All
all
of
of them,
All
just in
insects.
case, just for safe measure. Just kill them all.
Yes.
Kill them all.
Thank you. In Bolivia, Estefany Benitez wrote that she and her friend stopped by the old San Aurelio location of Hot Burger joint. There's several locations there in Santa Cruz, Bolivia. She added she chomped down on her burger. And then she realized,
What,
is that
lantern bug?
Is that
Fly?
a human
Whatever.
finger?
No. What?
Yeah, she chopped
Why
down
is that
on
on
her.
our screen?
She filmed herself reporting her discovery to the employee, and the employee said, "Well, what can we do to make it better?
I just heard the
We'll give you
audience.
what you want." And then, she said nothing ever happened like this to us before. And you want to think, well, maybe this is a setup. It wasn't the restaurant. And then the restaurant said, an employee lost part of his pointer finger while prepping the meat.
Yeah, we forgot.
And we found it.
Yeah.
There it is. Sorry. Well, there you have it.
How about you shut down the restaurant till you find it?
They've shut it down now.
Pretty big part of the finger. That's like down to the knuckle.
Yeah, that's not good. And to the
So
audience,
that's tough chewing in
Nasty.
a burger.
tough chewing.
Let me eat. That's tough chewing in a burger. Just saying.
I'm sorry for all the vomit, by the way.
So
that's
they've closed the
happening
burger
right now.
joint now, which I don't know why. I mean, we found the finger. Let's keep it open. And it's unclear. She doesn't know if she's going to pursue legal action or not. But I would guess.
I would
guess.
Depends on if she gets a call from Gloria Steinem or not in the next 48 hours.
Wow. I think she's got pretty good reason to get a nice settlement.
I think so, too.
Hot Burger or whatever it is. She should own the chain.
Right. No kidding.
Or is it Allred? Who's the lawyer that?
Allred.
Yeah, Allred.
Yeah, Gloria.
See, she'll find out about this case and be down there in a hurry.
It's nasty. TikTok is at it again. Police have been forced to issue a warning following a rise in young people, as they call them, throwing baked beans over people's properties.
What?
Beaning. And it involves filming themselves throwing baked beans on people's houses, cars, and driveways.
Why?
The hashtag Bean Bandits. Some police departments have asked shopkeepers now to keep an eye out on people buying unusually large amounts of baked beans. People have also asked parents to keep an eye on their children as they're leaving the house with beans without a reason. Is there a reason that your kid would be leaving the house with an inordinate amount of baked beans? I'm not sure. And if your kid is leaving the house with beans in a grocery bag or a backpack, it might be more of a problem than the kid if you're allowing the kid to leave the house with a backpack full of baked beans.
Wow. Wait, can I borrow the car tonight? Yeah, you have beans with you?
Yeah,
I've told you about this.
But the hashtag Bean Bandits is not all. The TikTok bathroom challenge trend is taking shape at several schools around America. The trend involves kids actually doing vandalizing bathrooms in their school. And the damage has been so bad that many of the bathrooms now are off limits if they aren't already, and they're closing them down. They're destroying the bathrooms and the soap dispensers, and they're putting tissues and soap dispensers in the toilet. An email from Stephanie to Chewing the Fat at theblaze.com talked about her middle school experiencing messes, so they've decided to lock the bathrooms down during class.
Wow.
They have teachers stand outside the bathrooms during class changes. Nothing creepy about that. And then the teachers lock the bathroom doors before heading back to class.
You know, those pictures you showed of the bathroom damages there, that looked like the Blaze bathroom on a good day, actually. I'm being honest here. Corby, back me up. That was the Blaze bathroom they got those pictures from.
And I don't want to hear about, we don't want any off-duty or on-duty, for that matter, police officers for school security anymore. Seems like a pretty good idea at this point in time. And that's doing some nasty damage, costing the schools a lot of money. We have some new, be sure to subscribe to Chewing the Fat podcast, by the way, available on any platform that warms the little innards of your heart. We also have some new Chewing the Fat merch up at shop.blazemedia.com. The Chewing the Fat Would Ya, Do Ya, Is It t-shirt available as we speak at the shop.blazemedia.com. And I'm surprised that this doesn't happen more often. The USC Trojans team was coming home from their football game this weekend and was pictured from a fan. They just arrived in Pullman, Washington, and their plane, as they were getting off the plane, tilted back. Some of the people left. Some of the players had left. The coaches and staff members were still on the plane. The players who sit in the front half of the plane had already exited, and boom. So I guess they hadn't gotten all the luggage off the plane.
Look. I think they forgot to put like the little kickstand down or something, right?
So they, it's all okay. Everybody's okay. They brought it back down and got everybody off the plane. And, as long as we're talking college football, Pat, your boys.
Looking pretty good.
Looking in the teens, ranked in the teens, in the
15th.
top 25. They really should be ranked higher than that.
Yes, they should.
To be honest. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing that they're still 15.
It's because everybody thought they weren't going to, except for me, everybody thought they weren't going to be good this year. And they thought last year was a fluke. Well, I think they've proven last year was not a fluke.
I think they have too.
Yeah.
I think they have too. They have 3 big games. I mean, they've pretty much won the
Pac-12 South.
The Pac-12.
You bet. They sit atop the Pac-12 South.
There's no doubt about that, man. They looked really good. It was fun to watch. So
it's fun.
There's a few,
Yeah, they can play better. But,
yes.
And they're going to have to. They still have a lot of tough teams coming up.
Yes, they do.
Boise State, Baylor, USC, whose plane was...
right.
Was it? Did you get off that plane? Is that what happened to that? I missed part of it. Were you sitting in the front and then you deplaned and then that?
Well, actually, I was sitting in the back, and it's a little embarrassing.
Oh, yeah, that is a little.
It's like, no, let him off first.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Rob knows what happened. Apparently, everybody had already deplaned. Jeffy was in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he just said.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can only hear one voice at a time.
Yeah.
In my head.
Really?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, there's multiple.
Have you watched? Speaking of football, though, have you watched any of the Monday night broadcast on ESPN with
the
Peyton
Mannings?
and Eli?
I haven't. I forgot this weekend. This week I wanted to.
I watched a lot of it this week.
Was it good or not?
It's not bad.
A lot of energy.
Except it's a little much.
Really?
I mean, I really like them, and the knowledge that they both have and what they bring to the game and what they're looking for.
They're both really personable and likable.
It's an overwhelming Tony Romo broadcast.
Yeah.
And it's at one point, and I was thinking, I didn't realize they were doing the whole game, but I guess that's on ESPN2.
Correct.
So for some reason, I was on ESPN2, and I watched it.
And you thought
the whole
that
thing.
was the thing.
Right, because at some point...
Oh, you thought that was the real broadcast?
I didn't realize they were doing the whole game. Wow, okay. And they do it all, obviously, on ESPN2.
You just said do.
But it's as interesting as it is, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talking.
Sometimes I do still want to watch the game.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
It's hard to concentrate on the play when Peyton is still telling us what this play is going to be while the plays it's still happening,
Yeah.
And so, but he's got so much energy, and I love he rocks. I mean, he is intense. He's like, all right, right here, you're gonna have to look for the running back. He's gonna have to pick up the block on the left side, blah blah blah. And he's just rocking, and then Eli's just kind of chill, like. Yeah, I think they're going to pass it here. Yeah. It's
and
good.
The knowledge they have is great, and the history. They talk
Yeah.
about, past games and what they look for and what, who's
Interesting
doing
things
what.
that happened to them during their career,
and
that
they
kind of
bring
thing.
in guests, so it's kind of like, Mystery Science Theater through the whole game. It's interesting.
The first week they had 800,000 viewers. This week they went to 1.9 million.
I bet because it's
telling you,
more
it's fun
than
to watch.
doubled it.
If
it's
I
fun to watch.
am part of the ESPN Monday Night crew, I am already
You're
putting
afraid.
out feelers because
Yeah.
I'm going to need a job
yes.
next year because Eli and Peyton are going to be.
You know, it would be great is if they have one good play-by-play guy, whoever you want to use, and then you bring in Peyton and Eli
I don't even think you need that.
for the color commentator.
You know why you need that, Jeffy?
Be great.
Because you already said it. Because they're just constantly, it's like one long string of words instead of any gaps.
But while going through this year, they're going to learn times when they need to just sit back and watch the game.
Yeah.
And not, let's just watch the game. Watch that.
I think you need to have that built in.
Because they bring in guests. It was fun to watch. They bring in different players throughout the game.
Illustrating my point.
I know.
So I think you need a
play-by-play.
I think you need a professional in there that can just, if nothing else,
guide it.
If nothing else, Peyton will know when to stop talking because this guy needs to tell us what the play is right now in real time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're going to be in the main booth a year from now for sure.
I think that's old school thinking now.
And we'll see. We'll see. They might just continue with this.
Yeah.
And maybe this becomes the main broadcast. Who knows? When you see it flip, the Mannings are on ESPN. And the regular broadcast is on ESPN.
Oh, when they flip it, you'll know.
Then you'll know.
Yes,
I see.
It's over.
The
Mannings
alternate
are in
broadcast.
charge now.
Yeah, and in fact, when the ESPN2 goes back to the WNBA and doesn't have Monday Night Football on, you'll know the regular broadcast is over. This is the new regular broadcast.
Yeah, and it may well be that this just is the future of broadcasting. A football game, something like this.
I think the only frustrating thing about the Manning broadcast is that they're not in the same location and end up stepping on each other, and that's annoying. Put them in a booth somewhere.
Yes.
My gosh.
Yes. I mean,
that makes it fun.
We know both of them don't have COVID, right? They've been tested a million times, I'm sure. Put them in the same place. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
They don't want to have to travel. I'll do it, but I'm going to do it at the house.
How much money do you have on the Dallas Wings winning the WNBA title as the 7th seed?
I put down a lot.
I thought so.
A lot.
I thought so.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Halfway through the week. First day of fall.
Yeah.
Autumn, whatever you want to call it, already. It's amazing. It seems like we were just saying, all right, just 114 days till the start of football. Now here we are in the midst of the season.
Smack dab in the season, baby.
It actually, Monday it was 100 degrees in Dallas. And today it's supposed to be. But it
felt a little fallish in this morning.
Wow, it did.
Yeah.
When you go from 100 a couple of days ago, and now it's 58 degrees. I mean, that's going to change. It's going to be 85. But for us, that's like
big difference.
Winter. That's great. Really nice. So we've got that going on. We've got COVID still raging through our system and our society, and the wonderful oppression that comes with it.
No kidding.
Never gets old. You like to be controlled, don't you? You like to be told what to do, when to do it, if you can do it at all.
Yeah.
You like that.
Yes.
As Americans, that's kind of built into our DNA.
It brings structure to our lives.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, and congrats to Australia yesterday. They had a 5.9 earthquake in Melbourne. And so, of course, when earthquakes happen, you have to run out in the street, and that's probably the most freedom they've experienced in months.
Oh, they got to get some fresh air?
Yeah, they get to run out, and they probably...
Wow.
I stand corrected. They probably got arrested the second they stepped out.
Yeah, they better not run out for long.
Do you know you're under orders not to leave your house?
But an earthquake, mate!
I don't care what it was, mate.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We've got some tweets here. Jackie McJackal tweets, the WNBA playoffs are ESPN2 this year?
Oh, wow.
They've surely moved up since they debuted on ESPN8.
The Ocho.
They make me want to puke, tweets. Biden's speech did have a silent G in it. And because it's silent, you can put it anywhere you want. I learned that in public school.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
There you go. Trisha Pruitt, love watching you guys in the morning. Thank you. We love being watched. It's kind of creepy, really. Great coffee in my hand. Great conversation on my TV by a group of great guys. Hope all of you have a nice, wonderful day.
That is sweet.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and sorry about the finger in the hamburger thing, because that was.
You enjoy that with your coffee?
We're not sorry about that.
I am. That's nasty to have breakfast with.
So wait, so people are just like watching us, like voyeurs or something?
Right.
It's a little, like you said, creepy.
Yeah. Well, we come in every day to have them do it.
Yeah, we do.
Who's the creep here? Us or them? Probably us, right?
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Good point. Good point.
Also, speaking of, the whole COVID situation, AOC is supporting people retroactively.
Okay, yeah.
Changing the cause of death on death certificates.
I didn't know that this had happened. This was about 5 months ago, apparently. Somebody sent this to me yesterday. And check this out. A press conference between her and Chuck Schumer talking about what you just said. This is weird,
Your
man.
loved ones should have COVID on their death certificate. Anywhere listed on their death certificate, either as the primary or contributing cause of death. In those early days, though, we know that so many people, we didn't know what was COVID and what wasn't.
Yeah.
And so there are several options available here.
Oh.
One is that you can go back to the institution that issued the death certificate, the hospital, the physician, etc., and you can have your death certificate edited in retrospect, knowing what we know now about COVID.
Okay.
So if your loved one's death certificate does not have COVID listed,
then you can go back and have it listed.
Since September, they've been listing COVID. But the problem, as the Congresswoman said, in the early days, they didn't even know what COVID was, so they didn't list it. And we're working to get that correct.
Yes, so you can go to your institution and have it edited, or in your conversations with FEMA, we're also in conversations with FEMA to see what added flexibility that we can add there.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Because my mother died in 2017.
Okay.
I'm going to go back and have it reclassified as a COVID death. Because in retrospect, we didn't know it was COVID at the time. We thought it was leukemia that killed her. But
oh my gosh!
But no, now we realize.
How long ago was that? Because my dad.
It's COVID. It's COVID.
My real dad died in 1974.
Could he have been the very first COVID victim?
I mean, he wasn't vaccinated.
So. Is he one of those stubborn, right-wing kooks that?
Yes.
Oh man,
did not like to be ordered around.
Well, he paid for it, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He paid for it.
My goodness. Honestly, what's the play here?
What was the point?
What's the play here?
I don't know.
If you jack
is there
up
money involved for the state?
For the hospitals, man.
Gotta be. Hospitals get the money. The politicians get the numbers jacked up so that they can justify their lockdowns. I mean That's dirty. I mean, why do you need a press conference to say that? That's kind of one of those things where you hear about it like, oh, you could go and get the death certificate changed.
I don't remember playing that when it happened.
No.
It's weird.
She must have, that press conference must have had some other stupid thing that she said in it, so we overlooked that one.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because
there's only so much time in a day.
Right. And with her and Chuck on the streets of New York, you can bet there were some stupid things in that press conference. And the two of them
announcing it like that, like it's such a big and important deal. Hey, here's a great thing. You can go back and reclassify your loved one's death as COVID-19.
Right.
Why would I do that? Why?
And with those two at the helm for that press conference, you know something's up.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's something seedy going on there.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really
5 months ago.
Weird.
My gosh, 5 months, that's another lifetime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Things have changed a lot in 5 months.
It's a little frightening to see her standing at a podium that says U.S. Senate, by the way. Like, okay, no, how about 2-year commitments at a time for AOC? We don't need the 6 years.
Imagine how long she could be in office.
Oh, she's going to be in office
She wasn't
forever.
even 30 when she won her first election.
She will still be in office when the three of us are long gone from, COVID.
Probably. And then, the left will celebrate. I'm so glad they died from COVID. They didn't want to get shots.
That's what they do. I mean, that's what they do.
It is what they do.
Like, if you even were to, and this isn't even in your heart, this isn't in our hearts, but if we were to even hint that, well, I'm glad that it got him, generic liberal, right? Oh my gosh, did you hear the hateful conservative wishing death upon the left?
Yeah.
But these guys celebrate in the streets.
Oh, they do it like crazy now. They with complete abandon. What is it? 5 conservative talk show hosts have died from COVID, and they've celebrated each and every one of them.
Yes, they have. They don't even want.
They don't care.
They
just don't care.
People that haven't been vaccinated to be able to go to the hospital.
Right. You get sick,
incredible.
you should just die. And some of them are bold enough to just say it.
Yeah.
Just say it outright. And it doesn't affect them at all. They haven't been canceled. They haven't been taken off of Twitter. That's okay.
They will soon, though, because it's going to turn into a race thing. They're starting to turn it into a race thing. And by that, I mean, Black Lives Matter is now protesting some of these restaurants that are turning people away for not having the mandate card and the vaccinated card. So it's soon to be, all these hosts that have been getting away with it because it's presumed that these evil right-wing people that aren't vaccinated are all white. When it's looking more and more like the numbers are exactly opposite of that, right? I mean, the percentages of African American and people of color are up that aren't vaccinated. They don't want to get it. Now it's a race thing. If I tell you you can't eat here because you're not vaccinated,
and
it's
that's
not
already
just a
happened
vaccine;
to
it's
blacks.
because it's race.
Yeah,
right.
we had a video last week.
The New York thing.
Black family.
Yeah,
and so they need to make it a racial thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what? Let's see. Did we have the story about Black Lives Matter? I just don't remember seeing it again this morning. I read something yesterday. It might be in one of these stacks that. A couple of black women went to an Italian restaurant in New York City.
Yes.
And then they were told, something's up with your Vax card, your little passport there. Next thing you know, it's become an incident, and BLM is now protesting out front.
They made them leave. Yeah.
What was it? They had a passport?
Yeah, the two people came in, had their Vaxport.
Okay.
And then they had other people come and join them that didn't have their Vaxport, and the restaurant said, "No, you got to get out."
Oh, okay.
And so Black Lives Matter,
but they were all African American,
they were all black. So,
but what's happening now is what we had asked for.
Good.
Right, Black Lives Matter out front there saying, "Good, you're being canceled."
That's good. Wow,
that's what they get.
Good luck.
Listen to what we're just talking about too. They had their passport. They had their passport to get into the restaurant. How Nazi sounding is that?
No kidding.
My gosh, we've just lost our way completely, and everybody's fine with it on the left. They're all completely cool. Well, yeah, you can't. You're compromising my safety if you don't have a. Wait, aren't you vaccinated? Well, yeah, but you're. Yeah.
But listen, if you're that terrified, then just stay home.
Right.
You don't have to come to this restaurant where my gross infected self is hanging out. And if this were about safety, and I'm not suggesting this because I don't think there should be a Vaxport whatsoever, but if this were really about your health and safety and taking care of others, then they would have a place on your little Vaxport that says you have the antibodies. That you've already had it. You don't need the shot, but they want you to have the shot. They don't want you to be safe. They want you to have the shot. And that's the madness here. And it's only going to get worse. But hopefully, I can't believe I'm saying this. Hopefully, organizations like Black Lives Matter continue to make this an issue in places like New York City where minorities are more disproportionately affected.
Yep. I mean, it's hard not to root for that.
I know.
Sure is.
Because it's so stupid. It's so asinine what we're going through here. Wow. I mean, when will it end? And to them, I keep reading articles that it's not going to end.
Right.
This is permanent. If it's permanent and you've got to show a passport everywhere you want to go, we've lost our way. We're completely without liberty. Oh, yeah, you have the liberty. You don't have your liberty to kill me in a restaurant. Okay, get over it. Are you vaccinated? Yeah. Then why do I have to be? It's so weird, too. You run in this circle, this circular argument of, okay, I'm vaccinated, but I'm still afraid of you. Well, I thought the vaccine was supposed to take care of that.
Well, now it takes care of me not getting as sick. And because you're not vaccinated, you're going to make me not as sick.
Wait. What? Okay.
Jeez. I know.
How do you overcome this?
I'm
not really sure.
I don't know.
I'm not really sure. Somebody's got to step forward and save us.
Sarah Silverman has a good plan.
Sarah Sullivan?
Silverman.
Oh, Silverman.
Has a great plan.
Okay. What is Sarah Silverman's plan?
Well, we played the clip a couple days ago.
Let's play it again.
I don't know that it's ready.
No,
but
get it ready.
Where she
get it ready and play that clip because
okay, there you go.
I like her idea.
Maybe a negative thought, but or maybe a positive one. I don't know, but if people aren't getting along, like in relationship, they break up. You know, so like, why don't we just finally just
like
realize that this these states aren't working and like divide up into like 2 or 3 countries.
Cool, bye. Cool, bye. Bye-bye.
Of like USA 1 and USA 2.
Okay, cool. Bye. Bye-bye.
And they can be USA 1. Like the conservatives can be USA 1 because they love being number 1, and it means something to them.
Yes, it does.
I'd love to have that.
Pause it for a second. Isn't that unusual? And what a weird thing that you want to win.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
what terrible
to be
people.
honest, I'm okay with them being number 2. Okay?
She goes on to say that we can visit them, they can visit us. No.
That wasn't part of the deal.
No, there are no visitation rights whatsoever. We got full custody of this area, and you got nothing to do with it in this divorce.
You know what? You'll be lucky.
Yeah, we're done.
You'll be lucky when you're flying between USA 2 and USA 3. You know, San Francisco to New York, your capitals. You'll be lucky if we allow you over our airspace.
Yeah, we're gonna pay extra for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're flying in our airspace? Yeah, that costs.
How long would it take before they're begging us to remarry them? I think a year or less. They'd find out just how stupid and ridiculous their policies are. When they're doing nothing but that and they've got no resistance, they'd collapse in less than a year.
Yeah.
Less than a year. Let me tell you about Omega XL. If you've got painful inflammation in your joints or your muscles and you just wake up with this all the time, and sometimes the pain will even wake you up, then Omega XL is something you really need to try. If you've tried the topical rubs and the NSAIDs, the non-steroidal over-the-counter medication, it doesn't work. This is backed by 35 years of clinical research. It builds up in your system, and then it shuts off the inflammation. And once the inflammation goes away, the pain goes away. Just so great. This worked for me really well. I haven't had a problem since. So if you'd like to try this to maybe change the way your day goes, be a complete game changer in your life to get you out of pain, give it a try. Go to Omega XL right now, and when you buy your first bottle, we'll give you a second for free. It's omegaxl.com/Pat. omegaxl.com/Pat. You buy one, you get your second for free. Or you can call 800-844-4888.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Pat Gray returns.
I do.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You got some tweets right here. Army of Bob tweets, BLM wants to be relevant again. They're jealous of the Taliban. Haitian immigrants at the border and COVID-19. Wow, they're jealous of a lot of
well, that's how Marxists operate, right?
Yeah. Todd Curtis tweets, I predict that before the end of the year, BLM will be labeled an alt-right group.
Nice. Yep.
Jeez. The Steve 42, it's weird how almost all Democrat policies and mandates seem to hinge around race. Yeah, it's really not when you think about it. Let's look at the history of the Democrats.
What?
Let's see. The Southern Democrats in the beginning, slave owners. Southern Democrats didn't want to ever give up slavery. Let's see. That contributed to the, what do we call it? Oh, the Civil War. That's right. Then there was Jim Crow. Democrats. Who killed Lincoln, by the way? A Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
How about JFK? A Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Who killed MLK? A Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Who lynched black people back in the day? Democrats. Slave owners? Democrats. Segregation? Democrats. Who created the KKK? Not Republicans. That was Democrats. The KKK was the militant arm of the Democrat Party, in fact. That's a tough little fact to get around if you're a Democrat.
Misinformation.
Whoa, what's going on over there?
What?
You okay?
What was that?
No, I have something in my throat.
Okay.
Are you fact checking on the fly over there? Is that what's happening? Is on that list there? It was Democrat lawmakers in the South who made gun laws specifically targeting blacks' inability to access firearms.
Yes.
To own weapons.
Yes.
To defend themselves.
How about another American mistake? Japanese internment camps.
Mm-hmm.
Who did that? Oh, that's right, FDR, who was a Democrat.
So the internment camps were a mistake. That's what you're saying?
But who's considered racist? Republicans.
Republicans
are. Of course. Republicans are naturally the hateful racists.
But you're absolutely right.
One.
Yeah.
It's so true. I mean,
isn't it?
How many policies from Democrats are based on racism?
A ton. Well, and who is it going to be that isn't able to go into restaurants? You're not going to care when white people can't go into a restaurant if they haven't been vaxxed.
Right.
But people will care when blacks and Hispanics are being stopped from going into restaurants in New York City because they don't have passports. Oh, really? So you're discriminating against me because I don't have a passport or because I'm black?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And by the way, who was it that was getting COVID at a disproportionate rate over any other race? Let's see, that was blacks as well. So this thing has been racist from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Racist from the start.
And so to your point, though, blacks are not getting the vaccine in places like New York City.
Right.
And so therefore they're not getting the vaxport. You've already had the video of the family getting kicked out of the restaurant. Now we have the story of the women not allowed into the restaurant. And to your point about how blacks are being disproportionately affected by the virus itself, you would think that cities and government entities would do everything they could to try to actually help them and give them access to anything that could keep them safe.
You would think so.
You would think that.
Instead, no. You're shut off, you're mocked, you're ridiculed. If you want to try anything out of the ordinary, like the ivermectin. Well, even down in El Salvador, the government is dispersing these packets, this like little sack of stuff when you get COVID that they give you the sack with all kinds of different treatments
like
in
a
it.
goodie bag.
Yeah. Here's a look at it. This is a woman who speaks Spanish, but it's translated. And so here's what they're doing in El Salvador right now. This comes free from the government.
Good evening. Here we are in El Salvador.
Good evening.
And I found this amazing package, which I want to talk to you about.
Okay, talk to us about it.
Estamos aquí en El Salvador y encontramos un paquete que es increíble.
Okay.
This package is given to every patient that has COVID, the families of patients that have COVID, and in areas where there's a high prevalence of COVID. This is given by the government of El Salvador free of charge.
Wow.
Este paquete se le da a todos los pacientes que han tenido COVID. Pacientes relacionados con amistades y que han estado cerca del COVID en lugares donde el COVID ha sido muy alto. Gratis, completamente gratis.
So let's look and see what's in this amazing package.
Yeah, let's look at it. What do you have in this goodie bag?
Acetaminofina, 500 miligramos.
Oh, okay.
This is
some pills.
Acetaminophen, 500 milligrams per pain.
Vitamina C,
pretty simple.
500 miligramos.
Vitamin C, 500 milligrams.
Okay.
I hope there's some vitamin D and zinc in there.
Believe there is.
Vitamina D3, 2,000 unidades.
Yep, there you go.
Vitamin D3.
Vitamin D3.
Good.
Sure.
2,000 units.
All right.
Zinc, 50 miligramos.
Zinc. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
You get zinc. You got vitamin C, vitamin
we
D.
Get a Z-pack in there?
Aspirina, 100 miligramos.
Aspirin, 100 milligrams for clots.
Okay.
All right. And then some
más
directions.
Also some aspirin in the acetaminophen, just saying.
And something very important.
And the item that's most important for fighting COVID, ivermectin.
Ivermectin.
But it doesn't say. I'm still interested. I'd like to know what their dosage is and what their.
Yeah, it says in the directions, but she doesn't read them.
And there's all the instructions.
But they're in Spanish. How are we supposed to know?
All right, so that's what they're giving their people horse dewormer. They hate
Suckers.
their people in El Salvador
so much.
Why are you trying to turn them into horses?
Nay.
Livestock. Oh man!
The government just thinks their people are animals.
So this is that
amazing.
young guy who's in charge of that country now. Remember, he ran on a platform to stop those gangs. We played a video years ago on this show.
Yeah.
That's how he got elected. He's the guy who made Bitcoin part of their currency there and gave citizens $30 each in Bitcoin a couple weeks ago. And now this COVID-19 gift pack. I mean, this guy thinks outside the box.
Sure does.
It's good stuff, man. And this is what we tell. This is what we tell these countries. Elect people to improve these countries so you don't have to come up here.
And when you do it this way, people aren't going to the feed store and buying the horse dewormer.
Right.
They're getting the human version of it. They're taking it in the right amount of, in the right dosage, and they're taking it with the right other medication, like the vitamins and the zinc.
And if they have a government this competent, they're less likely to trek northward, aren't they?
It's brilliant. So great. 888-900-3393. Got a tweet here from James F. May. Been a subscriber for 2 years. It's the only subscription I have. That's the only one you need.
That's right,
my friend.
Blaze
It's
TV.
The only one you need.
The only one?
The only one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I said. The only one.
And all I watch is 2 hours in the morning.
Wow, look at you.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's it. I don't have cable or internet. Just watch it on my phone, hooked to an AV cord.
Oh, nice.
To the big screen.
Thank you.
Nice.
And Pat reads my tweet that I send once a year. So cool. Well, there you go. Now it's maybe this is the once, or maybe it's
the second
time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're going with that one.
All right,
Blaze
well,
TV.
congratulations.
BlazeTV.com/Pat for $10 off if you'd like to subscribe as well.
Right now.
Right. Well, yeah.
Right now,
Don't
subscribe. BlazeTV.com/Pat and be like James.
Mm-hmm.
James,
that's awesome.
Is freaking awesome.
And
Thank
he's been
you,
a
James.
subscriber for 2 years, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Put that in your pipe and
You
smoke
must
it.
not have realized something that we've been around a little bit more than 2 years.
It's-
I mean,
Take
James,
something
I don't
really
wanna-
good, really positive, and turn it into a negative.
I'm just
Thank
saying
you.
that it's been a couple.
Where you
it's been
been?
More
Where you been,
than 2
James?
Wow.
I mean, I appreciate you being here now,
Yeah.
kinda, but we've been here a lot longer than 2 years, bro. So
Good point.
Where were you in 2011? Huh? Oh, man. Oh, did you see the story of the Texas restaurant that turned away people, made them take their mask off? They came in with their mask on.
No.
And the manager of the restaurant sent over one of the servers to sit down at the table and tell them, hey, he sent me over because I'm nicer than he is. We need you to take your mask off or you're going to have to leave.
Yeah, he kicked them out. They left.
They left.
Okay.
And they're pissed.
They left. Okay, don't do that either. All right? That's
I know.
just as bad
I know.
as forcing people to wear a mask is forcing people not to.
His interview, though, when they talked to him, he was like, I worked too hard and I was so against this stupid mask mandate. I don't want people wearing them in my restaurant.
Where is this in Texas?
Roulette.
Yeah. Oh. So I mean, but I'm with you on no. That's not the point.
No.
If they want to wear their stupid mask, let them wear their mask.
Let's be about freedom.
Yeah.
Let's err on the side of freedom. Or on the side of freedom.
On the side of
Have
freedom.
you noticed that people are starting to pronounce ERR, which is the shortened version of error? Mm-hmm. That is so stupid.
That's social
media. It is
media.
not error. It's error.
That's social media speak, though. That's all they have to type.
I want to err on the side of freedom.
That's all they have to type. That's how we're going to say it.
Yeah, so
you need to be dog slapped if you pronounce air.
So
no, air is AIR.
Just know for the videos we play of the crazy Vax cult members who will not rest until everybody has the jab the way they do, CNN is airing stories like this of the crazy guy who won't allow masks in his business.
Yes.
But now it's just so odd to think that it wasn't that long ago where if you were to wear a mask, say, into a bank,
you'd be arrested.
Right?
Yes. Or at least treated like a suspect.
Yeah, immediately.
Now everybody wears a mask into a bank. I was just in my bank the other day. And
now you're in trouble if you do.
Most of the people that went in had a mask on.
They still have banks?
Yeah.
Right.
Weird.
I know.
Okay.
I almost never. But I've got this issue with the roof because of the hail, the hailstorm. Mm-hmm. And so they do this weird thing. I don't know if this is just me or is it everybody where they make, because my house isn't completely paid off.
Right. So it's part of the mortgage.
So they put Chase Bank.
They put a lien
yes.
on it. Yeah.
And Chase has to also co-sign. And so it takes, like it's a half-hour process just to deposit the thing. Then when they deposit it, it doesn't go into my account. It goes into Chase's account.
Yep.
Well, that doesn't do me any good. What? Anyway, so that's why I was in a bank.
They're
but
just being
a lot
helpful.
Of,
The banks
it
are
was
just being helpful,
because they
Pat.
just want to monitor and make sure the work is done.
Yes.
What do you mean? Just because?
Yeah,
just because you disperse the money when you feel like it doesn't mean I'm doing the work.
So my roofer,
you got to come to the home for that.
I just got my roof on yesterday, ironically enough, and he was telling me that there's a new Texas law since the last time that's gone into effect since the last time we had to go through hailstorm repairs. And the thing is, they don't want people like you and me to take some of that money and run. You know, like he can do it for cheaper. Well, then you have leftover, from that check.
Heaven forbid.
I know, right? Heaven forbid the little guy get a couple extra $1,000 because the roofer was able to save you some money here and there around your house.
Yeah.
Right.
No. Now we've made a law that causes these hoops like you're talking about.
Right.
And you don't get that extra money.
And all I want to do, I mean, the work is long done.
Yeah.
They did the work a long time ago. I'm just trying to pay the roofing company now.
Right.
And so you're just holding up that process. And because I thought my check was in my account, and they didn't tell me that this was the case, then I wrote the check to the roofers, which was extremely large.
Oh, no.
And didn't realize they didn't deposit it into my account. That caused me a cascading problem.
Right.
That I'm still trying to work out.
Really? That's
Pisses
weird.
me off. Oh, my gosh. I was livid.
That's maddening. Maddening.
It's outrageous. What a stupid situation. What a stupid system that is. Because just because you're dispersing it in little increments that you think is helpful, it's not. I've already done the work. There's no way you're monitoring this. I could still take that check that you eventually send me, deposit it in my account, and spend it on something else. You wouldn't know. What are you going to know? It's unbelievable.
And then the answer is, well, you'll get busted next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they go to replace your roof and they realize, wait a minute, you never got it fixed.
Yeah, this has a lot of hailstone damage. Well, yeah, that's from a new hailstorm that just happened on my house.
We didn't have any reports of that.
Yeah, well, because it just hailed here.
Happened.
It just hailed right on my house.
Well, we don't have any weather
The neighbors
reports.
didn't even have hail, but I did.
No weather stations recorded this event, Mr. Gray.
You can't help that. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know how.
Right, I don't know. It's weird.
How accurate is Doppler radar? I don't know.
It's climate change, man. It just hailed at my house. That's how bad this situation is.
Right?
It's catastrophic climate change.
Wow. That's rough.
Meanwhile, in Australia, citizen defying a lockdown there was confronted by a police officer.
Yeah, how dare you be out of your house?
Yeah.
If you've had enough as much as us, why are you still enforcing it, boys? You have to. No, you don't have to.
Listen, we're not here to argue with you unless go home. Otherwise, they start issuing tickets. We don't want to do it, but we will do it. Right?
Well, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Stand up for what you believe in rather than paycheck.
Just go home, all right? We get paid to do this, mate. I'm just as over this protest as you are. What protest on the lockdown, all right?
Fair enough,
unfortunately,
fair enough.
I've got to do what I've got to do.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You're choosing to do it for
I'm
a
not
paycheck.
skilled to do anything else, mate. So unfortunately, at this time of my life, that's what I have to
and
do.
the people of us that aren't skilled, we don't get paid. We're not getting food at the moment.
I feel sorry
My
for
wife's
you.
in the same position. She's out of a job at the moment as well. I understand you're being pissed off about it, but there's a way to go about it. That's all. And unfortunately, punching on with coppers isn't it, mate.
So did they beat him to death after that?
Well, hold on. So the conversation continues. So basically, the cop says, I can't believe he says it. I'm not skilled to do anything else.
Yeah, that's his line of trying to make people feel better.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just, look, I'm just doing my job.
I'm just doing my job.
I know I understand your frustration. I know you don't want me to shoot you in the head, but I'm about to if you don't go into your home.
Here's part 2 of this.
Guns. Look, at the end of the day, I agree with you.
Then why are you standing on this side and not with us?
Because that's what I get paid to do.
So you agree with me, but you get paid to do that, so you stand on that side.
Why I'm trying to talk to you the way I'm talking to you, as opposed
exactly, because it's not
you're
doing what you're getting paid to do, not what you stand in, and that's why I disrespect you.
That's fine, and I'm still asking you to go home, please.
Yeah, get your paycheck so you and your wife can eat. We won't, but you can eat. So
we're not going home. We're just walking.
I will say.
Hey, we're not going home. We're not listening to your orders anymore.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, we come back again, you're all going to be arrested.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. We don't. If you can't tell, we're not afraid anymore.
Nice. That's the line.
Wow. I mean, the cops are in a tough situation. They are.
Yeah, I know.
They really are. They're put in that situation by their government, and
they're just doing their job, Pat.
Right. They're just doing their job.
I know.
Just doing their job.
Wow. Can we just use that excuse for everything then? And then
everything's doing their job.
Everything's fine now.
Yes.
You're doing your job. Well, we're cool now.
Hey, it's company policy.
Yeah.
Company policy.
I freaking hate that. Like the strangle.
So do I.
Policy.
I mean, Australia's completely out of control. Completely out of control. That is really a shame.
I learned a line with customer service from listening to the Glenn Beck program.
Yeah.
Probably, 15 years ago. He had a guest on, and this works. Oh, this works like a charm. When you have somebody using that line like, it's company policy. Sorry, I can't help you anymore, blah, blah, blah. Use the line, is that the best you can do? And somehow they magically find some manager's code or some sort of promote. Oh, you know what? There might actually be something here. I don't know how that unlocks it, but it does every time, man. Is that the best you can do?
Is that the best you can do?
If I'm the worker, yes.
Okay, well, thank goodness I've never had you on the phone.
Company freaking policy.
Oh, I'll give you another little pet peeve of mine.
I hate it so much.
When I was talking to the good folks at Chase Bank, because
is that the best you can do?
Helping you out.
They helped me.
Helping you out.
Yeah, the way they're monitoring, just for my benefit. Sure. They want to make sure my house is in good shape. And so I'm on the phone almost yelling in the bank at a representative. And she's saying, "Sir, I'm sorry for the inconvenience." That drives me out of my mind.
Oh,
you're sorry for my inconvenience?
Are you?
I'm sorry. It's completely meaningless.
Yeah.
That you're sorry about my inconvenience, which has caused me to overdraft on my account and cost me hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars in the end. You're sorry for the inconvenience? You can stick that up your rectal cavity.
Sir, there's no need for that. I mean, that's the police officer, right?
Yeah.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand. I'm just doing my job. I'm just trying to help you out as best I can here.
Yeah.
Sir.
It got me nowhere.
You get a lollipop?
No, I didn't get a lollipop.
New toaster oven?
No.
I don't want a freaking lollipop unless you stick it up here. That's how much I want that lollipop, okay?
Yep.
Wow.
That's right.
Unwrap it first.
All right. 888-900-3393. Let's go to Sharon in South Carolina. Hey, Sharon, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, Pat. How are you today?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
And yes, I do care.
Yeah, okay. Good. I'm sensing some of that.
Because you always ask.
Yeah,
no, we didn't, though, but go ahead.
I'm not sensing that at all.
So what's up?
I can answer your question on why AOC wants you to put COVID on the death certificate.
Okay.
This past February, I had 5 family members that passed away of COVID.
Oh, wow. Man. Oh, wow.
All of them had underlying issues.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
There was a 6th one in the hospital. He was 84, but he recovered totally.
Oh, good.
When they pass away, the government pays the entire hospital bill, which was over $300,000.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
So if it's a COVID death, the government pays the hospital bill?
Paid every dime of it.
I had no idea.
Wow.
There we go. Know that.
My husband, his brother, his aunt, uncle, and cousin all died around the same time.
I can tell you right now, my entire family, the whole lineage right now, has COVID.
Wow.
So if anything happens, man.
Yeah.
COVID.
There was 22 of us in all that had COVID at the same time.
Oh, my gosh. So you had it too?
Yes, sir. I had it very bad. But luckily, my daughter works at the hospital where all of them were at, and she took care of me. Mm-hmm. But when they pass away, if you have COVID on the death certificate, they will turn it into FEMA, and they will pay the entire funeral bill. All 5 of us got every dime back for the funeral bill.
That is something else.
Including the headstone.
Wow.
What is happening?
So not only the hospital bill, but the funeral arrangement, they paid for everything?
And the
everything. I haven't had to pay a dime for nothing.
Wow, what is that costing the United States of
costing
America
a
taxpayer?
lot. So how did you, you said you had it really bad and got better. What protocols did you go through to get better?
I took zinc, vitamin D, and believe it or not, Mucinex.
Mucinex? Really?
Mucinex.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that helped?
Absolutely. Oh, and I drank the vitamin C packet that you can buy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. It was very hard. I couldn't breathe. I had to sit on a chair in the shower, and my daughter had to help me. But it took about a week and a half, and I was getting better. The main thing is to keep going. Do not stop. Don't lay down.
Oh,
yeah.
whoops.
Do you have any long haul reactions now?
I do, Jeffy. I had to be put on an inhaler since then, and I have had the vaccine. And my last shot was in May, and I can still feel where they put it in my arm. It's still a little sore.
You got the vaccine after you contracted COVID?
Yeah,
okay.
I did, and I feel like I shouldn't have, but my daughter was so afraid that I did it mostly for her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because her dad just died.
Right.
Holy cow. Well, I'm sorry
I
about
love y'all
all your
guys.
loss.
No kidding.
Yeah, thank you.
And Jeffy, I love you. I love you, Jeffy.
I love you too.
Thanks, Sharon. Appreciate it. We all love him.
Thank you.
We can't help the fact that he's overweight. We can't help it. I mean,
There's more to love.
Yeah, that's right.
More to love.
That's right.
Pat.
Exactly right.
You know what they say?
No, I don't know what they say.
I'm afraid to ask.
I don't ask what they
let's
say.
not.
I don't want to know.
We
what
don't
they
care
say.
what they
I don't
say.
care. Yeah.
I'll tell you if you want.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to.
He's been pretty clear.
I don't want to know.
Over here. He doesn't want to know.
Happy to tell you.
I know you are. I'll let you know.
Be on the after show at
I'll let you know when
JFR.
when we change our mind on that.
All right.
Jeez, can you imagine?
No, oh my gosh.
23 people in her immediate family had COVID? That's unreal. And 5 died.
You're inflating the numbers. It was 22.
And no wonder her daughter was so scared. I mean, I can understand that her daughter was just so frightened.
Seems like everybody in the family died from COVID. I'd be afraid too. Yeah, you're getting the shot.
Yes, right now.
Jeez.
I know.
Wow, that's crazy. Man. 888-933-93. I didn't have COVID, but when Donald Trump said that maybe you take Clorox bleach into your system and that'll kill it, I did drink a bottle of Clorox bleach.
Well, that's what's kept you well so far.
And that's kept me well, yeah. I think that
this is not health advice, by the way.
Cleaned out my system. That is not advice. I don't recommend that for anybody.
Judy, put the Clorox bottle down.
We're being sarcastic. Okay, do not do that. Mucinex, though, I don't know that I've ever heard of that as a treatment for COVID. Mucinex.
I can identify with how weak she was. I did lay down, and that's all I did for 2 weeks. And it took me walking down the street that I live on that was a big day. That was a big day.
What other symptoms did you have besides just feeling weak and tired?
Coughing.
The tired coughing. Your whole body's coughing.
Were there body aches?
No.
Brought on by the coughing. Though.
No fever?
Aching because of the coughing.
If I had a fever, it was maybe a day and a half or two, but nothing ridiculous. It was mostly just coughing and absolute weakness, like I've never experienced before in my life. Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah.
Let you get vaccinated. Maybe you'd be better.
That was December. Wasn't ready, and still not ready for me.
All right. Here's an interesting story about I've made fun of my wife getting the shot at Sam's Club, right? Here's a teen that went into a Walgreens to get a shot, although she went in for a flu shot.
I'm sorry?
And wound up with the vaccine
They still
instead.
have flu shots?
Yeah, they still have flu shots.
Oh, wow.
Despite the fact that this has apparently killed the flu. Apparently. I mean, that's what I was told. Yeah, this kind of killed the flu. It did? Really? Yeah. So that's... Is that justifiable homicide, I guess?
It is if it's gonna if I say I've got COVID and they're paying for everything.
And they're gonna pay for everything?
Yeah. Don't you remember your mom back in 2017?
Yeah, I do. Remember the coughing? She was
yeah.
really weak for a while.
COVID got her early.
Yeah, COVID got her.
She was a pioneer, if you will.
Yeah.
You might want to look into that.
For sure.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's a big chunk of change.
No kidding. How many 600-something thousand are attributed to having COVID or having died of COVID?
Yeah.
Multiply that times.
And if you're paying for all of those people, that's amazing. Of course, I guess you have to turn it into FEMA, and then they'll pay you.
Right. So, I mean.
Wow.
But they're paying for the funerals and the headstones. I mean, that's stuff.
Did she say?
And the hospital care.
Yeah.
How much do you think all that costs per person?
She said 300,000 for 5 people, so that'd be 60,000 each.
Okay.
I think you're lucky to get away with 60,000 a person, right? I mean, that's
if you're in ICU.
Yeah,
that'd be a lot. That's very expensive. So
that's more than $60,000.
So if it's 60,000 times, what are we at? 615,000 attributed.
660 or something.
So
we're
over the Spanish flu numbers now. 675. I think.
So we're at $36.9 billion just on if it's the 30.
It's not even a trillion.
It's not
if it's
very
60,000 each.
Yeah, let me know when it gets to 3 trillion.
Right, it's not even a trillion.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to start getting E's on my calculator, and I'm not going to know what it is.
Just a billion. I mean, a billion is like nothing.
It is.
Okay, but you talk about that teen. You put that story down. She went in to get the flu shot
and got the vaccine.
Get the vaccine.
Now that's grounds for a lawsuit.
Yes, it is.
And they acted like, oh, sorry, we were busy.
We're so busy back here. I mean, mistakes happen.
Yeah, mistakes happen. You're welcome. Get out.
Oh, no.
You're welcome.
Oh, stop.
Now, at least you're not killing your grandparents or somebody else's grandparents.
Haven't grown a third tail.
Right. Haven't grown a third tail.
So...
I haven't grown a third tail.
Do you have the British story? Is that what you have in front of you right there? Oh, I thought that's what you put in front of you. No? Okay.
Well, it's right here.
Okay. I mean, at least society's getting back to normal,
have a point
right?
on that?
So, no, I thought that's what you were... I thought that's what you were about to read.
This is... In Britain, passengers are apparently falling down tube escalators. Because they don't want to hold on to the handrail for fear of catching COVID.
Oh, no.
I don't know if they got the memo that it's not passed that way. Okay? It's really not passed that way.
They're falling down the stairs in the escalator because they don't want to.
London Underground chiefs have reported a spike in accidents. 12 deaths or serious injuries have been reported on the tube between April and June. 23 on buses. London Underground Director Andy Lord said escalator falls were our biggest risk from a passenger injury perspective.
Wow.
Hesitancy of holding onto the handrail is behind many of the falls, some of which are suffered by passengers, often elderly, attempting to place suitcases onto an escalator.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Don't do that. Dummy.
Mr. Lord said 2 of the biggest risks we have are falls on escalators caused by people failing to hold onto the handrail. There's an issue with the perception that the handrail is not clean because of the pandemic. Well, I guarantee you the handrail is not clean.
And it isn't just the pandemic.
No. The handrail has never been clean.
Thank you.
How dumb.
It's just that we didn't care that much before. We did care, but not really.
I will tell you,
we didn't.
Even though I know intellectually that it's not really passed that way, there's like a 1 in 10,000 chance of picking it up that way. I still don't like touching things anymore.
Still though, yeah.
I'm a little bit of a germaphobe now.
No, always have the hand stuff close by.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
If I pick up somebody's pen and have to write with it, I immediately am looking for the hand alcohol stuff.
You wipe down everything every morning.
I do.
Everything, even if no one's been
never
in here.
used to do that.
Yeah. But it's all
right. That's what I mean. Like the handrails on the escalators and stuff. We all knew that
they're not clean.
Not really clean.
Pat, I hate to burst your bubble, but all of your preparation and all of your cleanliness over there negated by the fact
that Jeffy's in the room.
We're enclosed in a room with this guy for 2 hours.
Really good point. And his stupid spike protein.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.